All right, you have to turn away.
I have.
Okay.
I can read it, I see it.
Okay. You're not going to like this, so we're going to show you a video, this piece of video.
Who can like it?
Okay, can we roll the video?
Are you seeing it?
I am. It's, remember that guest we had in person? Okay, that's what Allison does
I
not
just
like.
got a glimpse of it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Look at those toes.
This little creature really scares her. Now we've got somebody who says he can help her get over the phobia. He's going to hypnonize her.
Are you touching it, Bob?
No.
They're not.
I may have had it when it was here.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
There it is. An armadillo.
Oh, okay. So we'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. We are joined by noted hypnotist and performer Sonny Nardone, who is a certified hypnotist, yeah. And you perform at clubs and theaters all across the country?
That's right. I'll be at the Comedy Spot in Boston Common Mall on the 29th and at the 28th at Tally Ho Theater in Leesburg.
All right. And even though you put on a show, and it's a funny show that people enjoy, this is serious stuff. You're really a hypnotist.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a certified hypnotherapist and expert practitioner in neurolinguistic programming.
Wow. And how did you get into this?
I originally wanted to develop programs for the accelerated learning process to learn foreign languages and just basically increase the learning process. And then I started learning hypnotherapy and fell in love with stage hypnosis and just became consumed with everything, and then just started making different programs and for corporate America and things like that.
Now, Sonny, I'm going to, excuse me, throat's closing.
She's nervous.
I'm going to be your subject right in the segment throughout the morning. In fact, I'm gonna take my earpiece out. I'm willing to try to do this whole thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm willing to do this. Tell me the process, though. What will happen for the viewer at home? What is, as much as you can tell us?
Sure.
What goes into it?
Basically, what we're doing with hypnosis is activating something called the right anterior cingulate cortex. It's a part of your brain that reacts to, like, say, if you're watching a movie and you see something in the movie that maybe starts to get your adrenaline. Maybe it's an action movie.
Okay.
Well, the part of your brain, the right anterior cingulate cortex, doesn't know the difference between you watching that movie and you being inside the movie. So that's why sometimes people's lives get changed by a very good speech or seeing a movie. It's because it's actually creating a behavior pattern or altering the perception of that event. So your brain thinks it's happening, and therefore it starts to create things to help you either survive that event or it's the exact same thing as people like to go swimming at the beach before they saw Jaws.
Right.
Well, there weren't more sharks in the water before or after Jaws. It's just that your brain thinks, oh, I saw somebody get eaten by a shark, and that's what happened.
So we're going to talk about my armadillo extreme fear of them.
Well, we want to start the process now, right? We're going to start the process.
But I have to ask.
Okay.
Afterward, will it just be when I'm under? Will I then not be afraid of them, or shall I not then be afraid of them in the rest of my life?
You'll be able to, well, first is through the process, we're going to be able to see, hear, and feel everything that happens to you. You'll be aware of everything that happens to you. What we're doing is once fears and phobias are learned in a second, and they can be unlearned in a second. It's just a behavior pattern. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing, and it'll affect everything.
All right, Tony, I'm going to take my IFB out.
Take the IFB out. We're going to start the process because we don't want to show the whole thing to everybody at home because we don't want to hypnotize anybody at home. We'll be back with more. Holly Morris is coming up in just a few moments, and we'll have more of the hypnotism in just a few. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What's going on right now? Something really interesting. This is a certified hypnotist trying to work with Allison to get rid of her fear of armadillos. Who would have thought that you would tune in and see that? That's what's going on right now. We're going to leave them alone for a little bit. We're going to go back and see how it's working out in just a few minutes. Seen him work some of his magic. We saw this in our next studio. I don't know if we're going to take a shot at this point. Okay. It looks like Allison, I don't know if she's been hypnotized or not. She has a fear of armadillos. He was going to try to help her get over it. We're going to find out how it's going. Tony also is back to the
Fox 5, always on.
Welcome back to the show. We are once again joined by Sonny Nardone. He is a certified hypnotist, and Allison very bravely volunteered to go under hypnosis today. Yeah, it wasn't a scary process. It wasn't a kind of goofy process or anything, but Allison, those of you who watch the show know she has a real fear of armadillos for whatever reason, and so you just gave her suggestions and you took her through something. It lasts about 7 or 8 minutes designed to get her over that fear.
Basically what happens is when you get afraid of something or you see somebody get afraid of something, it creates a behavior pattern. That behavior pattern is locked in your subconscious mind. And when we filter information, we grab it through something called the reticular activating system. It grabs that information and asks, basically, what do I do with this? If it has a behavior pattern associated with armadillos, it takes that picture of an armadillo, whatever, and throws it to a behavior pattern. What we do is alter the perspective of that memory or that behavior pattern so that it's just not as traumatic or it just becomes ridiculous.
That's
basically.
exactly what happened. Tony, that's exactly what happened. And Bob, is like I have now a mental image that it's different than the actual animal.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's...
All right, so your mental image is different.
Yeah.
Now the proof is in the pudding.
Should we see?
Let's take a look. Allison,
Is
look
it
at the
here?
monitor. We're going to show pictures
Okay.
of an armadillo.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I see that thing differently now.
You do?
It's super weird, yeah.
You see, the thing I thought about, you always think some
I'll tell you
people...
something, I still don't it in my kitchen.
Right.
Sonny, is that okay?
Right. Well, I mean, when people come to me with like fear of snakes, I don't
Yeah.
want them to become snake wranglers all of
Right.
a sudden. And because snakes are dangerous.
You're not going to be an armadillo wrangler?
No.
And I mean, that doesn't necessarily look like a clean animal either, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
want it in my kitchen either. So, yeah.
now I got to say something, folks. This is
Yeah.
rather extraordinary because Allison is looking at this armadillo
I can't believe
on a
it.
monitor,
Right.
and you don't even like to
No,
look at them.
I don't even like to
Earlier,
look at 'em.
when we showed the tease of
It
the
skeeves
armadillo,
me.
you didn't look
Skeeves
at
me
it.
out.
You left the studio when we had the armadillo here, and you're
Yeah.
looking at that.
Because the mind is very powerful.
Absolutely.
I won't go into what we did,
Right.
but because hey, come see Sonny. But when I look at it now, I see it in a different way than I saw it before, and I'm able to look at it because before I didn't even want to look at it.
Did he appeal to your sense? I mean, you're a very smart
No,
person.
no.
Or is it more emotional than
It's
that?
completely. What would you say, Sonny? It's not emotional. It's not. It
Look
just.
at that.
Logic?
Yeah.
Anybody can be hypnotized. It's basically
Look at
about their focus. It has
I'm
nothing
looking
to do
at it
with...
differently now.
You look at it differently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how long will this last?
It's a behavior
think it
pattern.
would last.
It's behaviors can be made in a second, and they can be unmade or
Yeah.
unchanged in a second. And
theoretically,
right?
she's
Oh, for the rest of her life. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
fantastic.
Isn't
That's
that
great.
strange?
That's amazing.
Because you're right. When I look at it, can I say what I see?
Sure.
He's got on Groucho Marx glasses, big clown feet, and he is basically he already is an odd-looking animal. But if you put that on, for me, like the intimidation of it looking so odd becomes comical now.
Go to our website, myfoxdc.com. We'll connect you to Sonny's website. Sonny will be at Tally Ho Theater in Leesburg,
Hey.
March 28th. Boston,
Sonny.
Tom and Prescott, March 29th. Thank you,
Thank
Sonny.
you.
Never believed that would happen.
Thank you.
I showed her a picture this morning. Now.
I still don't.